man, here we go, man. Very, very special episode. I had to go do my research. I had to dig down, get these connects, man, because this guy doesn't do interviews often, man. We got New York Harlem legend, man, Azie Faison on Say Cheese, man. How you doing?
I'm at peace, my brother, man. Welcome to be here. Much respect, for sure.
I appreciate you, man. I know you don't do a lot of interviews.
Nah, not really, man. If it don't make sense, man, I can't, play in the funny papers, bro. If you know what I mean, if we gonna deal with it, let's deal with the facts, man. I don't like to deal with the cartoon shit. If you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah. So what is it about, like, because you're not really all over social media. It's a lot of guys that are on every single platform. Is it one of them things where you're tired of talking about the past, or?
Kind of, sort of, because it's what happened to us. It happened 32 years ago. I felt our era came to an end with the death of Donnell Porter, Rich little brother. May his soul rest in peace. And you keep talking about it, what sense does it make? It's over, it happened, it's done. You heard my story, you heard it from Alpo, you heard it from, the people that was involved. But these other characters that be just talking, it's like, what are you talking about? It didn't even go down like that, you know what I mean? Stuff like that bothers me, but I don't pay it no mind. I feel it's the way that they trying to feed their family in the now, if you understand what I'm saying.
One thing you said in a past interview that touched a lot of people, you said that you wish you never left the cleaners.
Facts. I feel that way because I kind of feel like it was my mind by meeting Lulu that made it, you know what I mean? Everybody want to hustle and shit because the prices was good, the material was the best, and the formula that I came up with on how to sell that shit, it was a win-win situation. It made everybody want to get money. Fuck school, you know what I mean? And like Nipsey Hussle said, how could you reach him if you're making more than his teaching? If you understand what I'm saying. So that's the only reason why I say that. Like, damn, if I never left the cleaners, maybe it wouldn't have got this explosive where the creeps and the suckers want to come in and do what they did. Kill, murder, rob,
How old were you when you got fired at the cleaners?
17, 18.
And one day you're like going through clothes and you found the rock.
It didn't really happen like that, but something like that happened. You feel me? Making a delivery to this dude, and he recognized in me knowing Rich in them, and he wanted to be involved with them. So through me, you feel me? Let me fuck with this kid right here. That they wrote it, we wrote it like that in the movie, so it don't be all long drawn out. Mm-hmm. One thing, bang, 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 take it back. Now I'm involved. That's the film. But in reality, it went another way, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. So you delivered this clothes to this guy, and he like gives you like he pitches it to you.
He gave me a tip, like a big tip, like $100. And one thing led to the next. Yo, your friend, your man, Rich. Yo, I dance, you know what I mean? I'm like, word? Okay, then he gave me something. I don't really know what to do with it at that time. I take it to Rich. Rich like, nah, I don't fuck with that. Rich fucking with the heroin at that time. This is coke. So I take it to the streets myself, not even knowing the prices, the numbers, and I give it up for a cheap price. So motherfuckers is coming back like, yo, you got more of that shit. Then I take the money back to dude, and he like, yo, cool. Here, take this. I move that fast. The next thing you know, that's when I'm starting to learn, okay, how this shit go. Because I'm giving away that shit cheap as a motherfucker, and niggas is knocking down my door. So it was like an overnight success for me, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. And at this time, you're living with your mom, right?
Yes. Yes.
Did she notice shit was going on by people coming over, knocking at the door and stuff like that?
They wasn't knocking at the door, but she noticed the money, and she was like, "Be careful." My pops was the one that was always against it. You know what I mean? And Mama Duke, like, be careful, because we on welfare. We need the paper. You feel me? And that's how that went.
Yeah. So your mom knew, but your dad, both parents knew, but your dad wasn't feeling it.
Nah, he never was feeling it. Because, I got 6 sisters, 2 brothers. Now I'm bringing all this money in. I'm down there I went from making $75 a week in the cleaners to making $7,500 a day, like within 4 or 5 days. You understand? So everybody in the house is like, Junior. They, my family called me Junior. So by him, I'm not, no disrespect to my pops, but it's a way I understand now more so than then. Like, damn, I became the man of the household that it was his house at one time. You understand?
Yeah. So it was, you were bringing home money, helping out around the house.
Taking care of everything, brother. Food, cars, money, jewelry, what you want. Houses.
When did you notice that, your life was changing forever?
It was one day, I never forget. I always say this too. It was one day, it was a Friday, the 1st of the month. And I had a whole kilo. I had bottled this shit up because I used to sell it in bottles. And I'm working for myself at this time. I'm sitting on the stoop, and I sold damn near all that shit in one day. I came out early, 6, and I might be went in about 9 that night. And that shit was damn near all gone. I'm like, damn, they make $70,000 in one day by myself on the stoop. That's when I said, yo, this shit is crazy. I kind of like got nervous, you know what I mean? For real.
Yeah. And what is Lulu saying at this time? He gave you a kilo and you got it off in one day.
He loving it. I'm moving it. But at one time, he did kind of get like, hold up, man, what the fuck is you getting this shit off at so fast? And he sent one of his peoples so I could show him how I'm moving it. When I came back to the block, it was like 9 customers out there waiting for me. So his friend went back and told him, like, yo, he legit, man. You know what I mean?
And Lulu was the direct connect to what, like Colombia or somewhere?
Lulu, I think his connect was Colombia. And he was direct from him to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, based off your interviews, the quality of his work was the best quality around.
Top notch, fish scale, light material. The reason why I say light material, a kilo would look this thick, and some keys might be this skinny, but the lighter the material is, the better you can sell it for a low price, because it looks like you're giving them a lot, but it weighs less. You understand what I'm saying? So the illusion was quicker for me to blow, and his material was perfect for what I was doing.
Yeah. And was it any other different drugs that Lulu tried to ask you to sell, like weed or heroin?
Nah, that's the only thing he had, brother. That's all. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. So
kilos.
Okay.
But kilos with the scorpion stamp on it. Never forget though. The best.
Yeah. So you get rid of that kilo. What's after that?
After that, showtime. Take 3. Take as many as you want. But I'm not taking. I could have took 5 or 6 and start acting like I'm that dude. I took what I could move. You understand? And I didn't want to have 10 keys in my house. I took 1, moved it, and then it started getting crazy. Crazy. I got locked up. I was on the hill. I was selling drugs on the hill. I got locked up. I think someone told on me. I had a few bottles in my pocket. I got locked up. They threw it out in court. And then the next day I got locked up again. And they threw it out again. But I'm like, damn, somebody telling on me I had to move from that area. And that's when I started looking for a different spot. And I went down the hill on 7th Avenue, and I found this store. Matter of fact, Gangsta Lou, Boogaloo mother, his mom's had a store that was closed. I said, Mom, let me get that spot for me. I'll give you $700 a week. And she was like, all right, cool. I got the spot. I opened it up, and I started telling all the customers to come to that spot. And it was called the Green Door. The Green Door was making like $30,000, $40,000 a day, easy. And the coke was so good, I'll never forget. At Harlem Hospital, they had a sign in Harlem Hospital saying, "Do not buy drugs, coke from the Green Door," right? It can make you have OD because it was so good. But that sign to me was a sign where it was like a commercial that made niggas want to come. It's that good, and that shit for real.
Yeah.
That shit was like an overnight success, bro.
Yeah, because I was watching a documentary about the 80s, and a lot of people like to take things they wanted to get as high as possible.
Yes, sir.
They would hear about people ODing and want to take that drug.
Definitely, brother. If you see, like back in the day before us, with the heroin, nigga be leaning and not falling. They be asking the dope, where you get that from, man? Where the fuck you get that from? But they high. That's what they be trying to reach, that high.
So you're working the Green Door at this time, and are you still a one-man crew?
Nope, I got niggas who's coming along now. I got Lou down with me, my man Stanley down with me, my brother down with me, my man Charlie C. The hood, dudes that I grew up with. We all come together. We making it do what it do.
Yeah.
Rich was locked up at that moment, around that time.
Yeah. So I mean, 40,000, 30,000 a day. What are you doing with this money? Like, how are you managing it?
Saving some, buying cars, jewelry, condos, having fun, buying furs for girls, family, cars. Having fun, bro. Basically, doing all the things, looking out for the hood, taking care of the hood, bus rides, Christmas parties, a lot of things, man. Yes.
Saving a lot of it?
Yeah, but no.
Yeah.
Having fun, man. Young.
Because I mean, once you get fast money, especially at that young of an age, you think it's always gonna come.
Especially the way that came. It's like, and being honest, back then it seemed like the police would just ride by and just let you rock, man. We have cheese lines wrapped around the block with customers, and the police just ride by. You know what I mean? Like, it's all right. So fuck it. We didn't feel like we was breaking the law. Being honest, back then.
What's the most you feel like you've made in one day?
It was a New Year's Eve. I had to close down the Green Door. No, what happened here? The Green Door had got a little hot, the police watching it. But I had opened up a game room right like 3 blocks away from the Green Door. So we started selling drugs out of the game room, which was called the jukebox. So all the energy that came from the Green Door went to the jukebox. So it's like a door's wide open for you to come in. The Green Door was like a basement. This door is like anybody could walk in. A lot of people don't want to just go in a little basement. So this door made everybody come in. Anybody that wanted to get high. Police, firemen, ambulance people, working people would come in like if they was buying candy from a store. So that's what made that spot super, super a money maker. And I think I made like $120,000 in one day in that spot, in that one spot. But I had other spots just as well. I had opened up a spot on 130th between 5th and Lenox, 134th, 132nd Street. You feel me? And them joints was doing like 20, 30, 40, 50 in one day. And that day that happened, it was on a New Year's Eve. Everybody partying. So niggas, instead of buying 3 or 4, they would buy 5, 10, we get 20. You know what I mean? And that's how that went.
Yeah. I remember listening to a Alpo interview, and he said that you always knew your work. You always knew how much each spot was supposed to make and how much work was there.
Definitely. Yeah, that was mathematics. It's like But I think what he was talking about, I knew my material, and I would give you, if I gave you an eighth, I knew how much bottles would come out of that. Where you can't say, nah, I was short. I knew it precise. And the material, I knew, like, if you try to put something on it or in it, try to bring somebody else working it, because my material was always the same, the best fish scale. So if there's anything less than that, I know you playing games. And
Yeah.
we ain't beat you up. Just give me my shit, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Stay out of here.
Yeah.
Now you know what I mean? You was making 500 every, not even gonna say 500, making 150 off of every G. And the G packs was moving like this. You can make up to 3,000 a day. Now you just killed yourself from that by trying to steal. You understand? So that's how I played that game.
You had to fire people often?
Once in a while, niggas do some foul shit. You know, Alpo wild out on them, beat them up, try to throw them out of the window, all that crazy shit that you heard. True story. So, yeah, niggas just basically, eventually, niggas just realized that ain't worth it, and they play fair.
So before you met Alpo, you were already making 30, 40, 50 a day.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I was getting money. I was getting money when Rich came home, set him up. But when Rich came home, Alpo was already involved with me. Because Alpo knew Rich before me. And Alpo introduced himself like, yo, I was fucking with Rich. And Rich got locked up. I don't know where to get it from now. And I put him in. I plugged him in. Rich called me from prison and said, yeah, it's my man. Look out for him till he came home. And when he came home, he was good. We was good.
Yeah. Cause I guess one time Gangsta Lou, Gangsta Lou used to drive your cars, and one day Alpo seen him and he was like, yo, where you getting these cars from? And then Gangsta Lou was like, man, I'm getting them from Uptown, man. And Gangsta Lou was the guy. Well, Gangsta Lou says in multiple interviews that he introduced Alpo to you.
To my knowledge, no disrespect to what Gangsta Lou saying, you know, I met Alpo, like I said, he approached me and was telling me that he was down, he knew Rich, blah, 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 blah. That's the first time. Now, if Lou brought him around, this is my man, okay, cool. But I might have knew him before that, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not knocking what Lou said. Lou used to have my cars, drive any one he want, do what the fuck you want. Wherever you want to go is no, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm not saying yes, that didn't happen, but to my knowledge, that's how I met Alpo. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. And Gangsta Lou is somebody that he says he's been knowing you since he said one day he was working in this apartment building, moving some of your work, and you walked up to him and I guess you said he didn't know you were Azie at the time. But you walked up to him and you was like, I need some of this AZ work. And then he was like, here, I got some. And then I guess he said he was making 300 a week, and then you was like, man, fuck that. Come work for me.
I think what he was trying to say, like, he was selling some work for somebody else.
Exactly.
But he was telling the customers, this is AZ shit.
Okay.
You understand? Like, this is AZ shit. And when I walked up, yo, fam, what you doing? Oh, I got AZ work. Word? Let me see. That ain't my shit, homie. I'm AZ. Oh, word? Who you selling that shit for? Blah, blah, blah. Stop selling that shit. You want the real shit? I bet. And that's how that went down.
So your work was so good, niggas was in the streets saying it was your work.
Of course. How you gonna get it off? They come and look for AZ shit. You got AZ shit? Hell yeah. But if I, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. And eventually they came on board. Yeah. Because competition was none. This is how real it was, bro. True story. Other cats, they get money, got their little bottles on, but they're workers. Their workers used to come by for me to put a hit on it, and it still be strong, and they can bottle it up and sell it where they selling it at. You understand? They come and spend like $400-500 with me to buy my shit. You understand? That's a true story. Back then.
How many? I can only imagine so many people wanted that Lulu connect, right?
For sure.
What did you do to protect that?
Basically tell them don't fuck with nobody but me, man. I got this. If a nigga bringing you duffel bags of money, you don't want all those headaches. I'm not fucking up a dime. Even if I give a nigga some work and he fuck it up, that ain't Lulu business. I put the money in and I pay him. So it was never no loss for me. Everything was on time and always on point. So why would you fuck that up by fucking with another nigga that might come fuck up our frequency? Then a beef might come. You know what I mean? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
You understand? And Lulu was loyal like that with me.
So where was Gangsta Lou at involved in all this? Because he wasn't really in the Paid in Full. Well, he wasn't in the Paid in Full movie at all.
He's not in the Paid in Full movie per se, like name Gangsta Lou. But any one of them characters that was with me could have been Lou.
Got you.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's how I look at that.
Yeah.
Because you can't say Charlie, I can't name everybody. You got to name the three main characters in the film. You understand? Azie, Alpo, Rich, Donnell, the ones that the story's going to unfold around. You can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't get mad at that. It's just, stop.
Yeah. What's your relationship like now?
If I see him, we still good, but I just don't indulge in the streets like that anymore. You know how you grow past things? Spiritually, you see different. You understand, you know what I mean? Right from wrong, on from off. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck how much money is involved. If it don't make sense, I'm not fucking with it. Point blank, period. You feel me? You good. Like, you know what I mean? I come to understand that there's more power in peace, man. If you understand what I mean. I can't deal with, I just can't deal with yesterday, man.
Yeah, no, I respect it.
No disrespect. It's just, I separate myself. I drew a line. I'm not with that no more, that world, and that's it.
Yeah, it's growth, man. I respect it.
Since 1993.
Right.
You understand? Being honest.
Yeah, and I asked that because I seen an interview with Gangsta Lou from a few years back, and he was just like, he didn't bail me out, this, and that. He didn't do this for me. He didn't do that for me.
Stop. Listen, I never. If a nigga went to jail on my watch, this is facts. Had a good lawyer. My lawyer go get you immediately and get you out. Facts. Anything that ever went to jail on my watch got him out the next day on my watch. Now, years later, I ain't fucking with you. You do what you do. I don't know what you're doing, bro. So for you to say you never went to jail on my watch, never. Huh? My shit was set up. Nobody hardly went to jail on my watch the way it was set up. It may be one time we got busted. That was my brother. Got him out, lawyer. You feel me? And that's that. So I don't understand where that be coming from, being honest.
I can only imagine, man. I know you get that a lot just by you being the guy around your way in such a major city like Harlem. It's over the years, a lot of people build resentment and they become bitter. How do you? I know you see a lot of things online, on the internet. People doing interviews, shooting jabs at subliminals, shooting jabs at you. How does that make you feel? Because it seems like you were a very unselfish guy.
When I see that, being honest, I laugh because to me, it sounds like jealous behavior, right? Because I can look at either one of these dudes or any man on the fucking planet and ask them to their face with open arms, whatever I have done to you, whatever, what have I done to you? And I guarantee you, they'd be like, honestly, nothing. So the question becomes, why are you doing this to me? I never did nothing to none of these niggas. Never. But try to put money in their pocket. So I don't understand where that should be coming from, being honest. You know?
Who killed Lulu?
I believe, I'm not going to say no names, but after I got shot, I got shot first. The movie give it to you like Lulu got shot first. I got shot first, and when I got shot, Lulu came to see me in the hospital. Regardless of what you had to do to come visit me in the hospital, he went through all that to come see me. You had to get your fingerprints, get a picture took in at you at the precinct before you could come visit me in the hospital. And he went through all that. And he was bugging in the hospital like, who did this? And police was watching outside my door. I had to like, yo, police, yo, help. In order for him to shut the fuck up, because he was like, damn, man, tell me we got to murder this nigga. Yo, calm down. So he stopped. And he, after I got out the hospital, we talked. And he had told me that he was going to leave the game alone. He had a big shipment coming in. And after this shipment, he's done. So by him getting that shipment, I believe one of his people amongst him murdered Lulu. I know who the name, I believe it is, but I'm not going to do that. But that's who I think killed Lulu.
Why would they kill him if he was going to be done, though?
If you got 1,000 keys, right?
Got you.
A nigga give you 1,000 keys, and if I could give one nigga one key to kill you, those 1,000 keys is mine.
How much was a kilo back then?
The lowest price I got it for Lulu was 13. But at that time, it'd be going up and down. When that happened, I believe it was like 20, 18 the most at that time. True story.
Did he show you how to do the bottles and?
No. That came from a guy named Blue that lived in my mother's building. He was selling the bottles, but he was selling them for like $100 a bottle. So when I got in the game, I flipped that shit to like $30 a bottle. Then it went to $20 a bottle. Then the prices became so cheap, I took it down to $10 a bottle. And that's when that shit became unstoppable, bro.
Yeah. Did you notice a difference in clientele? And what I mean by that is like reoccurring customers, people coming, but it affecting their livelihood. Like
definitely.
Definitely.
I remember,
explain that. Like give me some details of like people
I
just
remember,
going.
I remember one lady, her name was Elaine. She was a nurse at Harlem Hospital. She came and bought, her girlfriends came with her and they bought. Then she came back by herself and she bought. She started coming back every other day buying. And then one time, I believe someone sold her some garbage. And she explained to me, someone stealing that. And I gave her money back and I gave her some for free. And she became a loyal customer. Next thing you know, I see she not working no more. I'm like, damn, man, you ain't working right after your job. Come on, Ma. So that, no, I'm good. Next thing you know, she ain't dressing the same. It went. I saw it come from sniffing coke to smoking crack to becoming a crackhead, man. I saw that shit with my own eyes. Like, damn, man. Her name went from Elaine, like Miss Elaine, and then dudes started calling her Cocaine Elaine. You know what I mean? Sleeping with niggas for money and drugs.
Did women ever try to throw themselves at you to get free work?
All day, every day. That's every day. But, you know what I mean? They come, girls all day, man. All day long. They definitely, you know what I mean? That shit is like, that's a part of the show, man.
Yeah.
Not just for work. For work, you know what I mean? All type of shit, bro. These girls gonna come a dime a dozen. That shit is like, you know what I mean? You get money, that shit is like, all right. You know, you could be an ugly motherfucker. You start getting money, you the most handsome nigga in the world. At the end of the day, you know how that go.
Yeah. So why didn't you ever decide to start moving crack?
It didn't make sense to me, personally speaking, because you got to take it to the laboratory, you got to put the water in it, the baking soda, bring it back, and all that's hard work. All you got to do is take one of these bottles, shake it up, you do that for yourself. I'm not working for you. Even though it made more money, but I'm good. I don't even want those type of people because those people are thirsty, like, you know what I mean? Those people will tell the cops on you, man. Cokehead, they're still kind of like, you know, level-headed. They're not crazy yet. You understand?
Yeah.
That's my decision for that, too.
Yeah. And I mean, two different drugs at the end of the day. I know crack, the high only lasts for what, like 7 minutes, they say?
Yeah. See, but coke is crack because it comes from, it's like a lime and a lemon.
Right.
The only thing about it, you cooking it to its purest form. And then you smoke it, it's going straight to the head, so you get high real fast, but then it might last for seconds. But now you're chasing that high all day, that same high, and you never get it back.
Yeah.
Constantly chasing.
How long does a cocaine high last for?
Maybe like a couple of hours, 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. Have you ever tried it? Did you ever mess around with it?
Nah, not personally. But I feel having the table full, bottling that shit up, and I ain't have on no mask, I think we was all at that table high as a motherfucker. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
For real. Because it brings forth like a paranoia and shit. For me. Or
so then you meet Alpo, and I mean, this guy's he's crazy. He starts doing a lot of different things that you didn't approve of. Things that you didn't like, though, on the flip side of that, he would address that. I think even at one point you told a guy that you didn't want to see him with your sister, and Alpo allegedly punched this guy.
Yeah, there was one day this dude, my younger sister, he kept trying to holler at her, and she was like, I ain't trying to fuck with that dude. And I feel like he trying to get to her to get to me, you know what I mean? So I'm like, one day I see your fan, I don't want you around my sister no more, and Alpo was there. He said, man, we cool, man. And Alpo just knocked him out. Like, he told you one time, man, you gonna fuck alone. And that was that. He ain't come around no more after that. He ain't fuck with him.
Wow.
True story. That happened, yes.
Damn. And what do you say? Like, what do you say when he does that? Are you like, yo, chill?
At that moment, it was needed. So I ain't say chill. You know, I kind of brushed his shoulder off at that point. But a lot of other times, like, homie, what you doing? Slow down, man. You bugging. You know what I mean? He was doing too much, meaning like, if we, you know, somewhere trying to be quiet, he got to let it be known, yo, we in the building, calm down, we ain't here for that, man. You know, if I buy a car, he got the same type of car. In other words, if I pull up, you know, regular horn, beep, beep, he put this, you know, the Spanish horn in this shit, you know, that type of shit. That shit be like, yikes, man, calm down, bro. You got to let it be known all the time that Alpo's in the building. And we didn't want that attention on us. We selling drugs, man, calm down. Like the birthday party he threw. It was like paparazzi back then. Everybody taking pictures. Come on, y'all take a picture. And we like, nah, we ain't trying to take it. Come on, man, come on. My birthday gonna do me like that? So it felt like, you know, strange. If we dope dealers, nigga, we don't need these pictures floating around. We making these motherfucking police jobs easy. That's how I always felt. And that was the only party I ever went to. And when I went to that party, you know, we was in there, but soon as I seen an opportunity to get the fuck up out of there, I got up out of there. Y'all can party all night. As soon as I see everybody going, I'm going to the bathroom, be right back. And I left, because I ain't never liked to party. I don't want to be around none of that shit. All the drug dealers, black and white tie feds, miss me with that. I never understood the meaning of a whole bunch of drug dealers going to a party dressed up, minks, furs, diamonds, taking pictures, To me, that's like telling on yourself. You understand? So it never made sense to me.
Yeah. And there was a lot of times where Alpo said that he would do things to people that, you know, tried to harm you or threaten you or things like that.
Listen, Alpo did, I'm gonna put it like this. If you the guy that's supplying him, if he hear anything bad around that's gonna hurt you, he would definitely handle his business and come back and tell me this nigga was saying this nigga was doing blah blah blah. Yeah, I'll give him that without a doubt. Even with Rich, you know what I mean? Fuck y'all ain't, that's my crew, and I understood. He definitely did that.
Mm. And he never crossed you ever, never stole money.
He never crossed me a day in his life. If I gave him something, he paid me. He never crossed me. You know? It was one time, it was this guy named Ramon, a Spanish guy. He was cool with Lulu. They was tight. Ramon wanted to give me drugs just as well, but I'm like, I'm loyal to Lulu. I can't do that. So Ramon, yo, give me someone, you know, I could give it to like you. So I said, you know what? Fuck with my man Poe real quick. He gave Poe like 10 bricks. Alpo don't pay the man. So he coming around every day, yo, where your guy? I'm like, listen, man, I told. Then now he coming around with 3 dudes in trench coats and shit like, yo, hey, you told me to give it to him. I want my money, blah, blah, blah. So I call Alpo, yo, fam, you ain't paid dude? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna pay him. I said, he's right here, right now. He came and gave the dude his money. But he had no intentions on paying this nigga. But by me knowing, he had to like, let me fix that real quick. And he fixed it. So dude still want to give it to him. I said, now, if you still want to fuck with him, that's your business, man. What you think? I wouldn't fuck with him. So he didn't fuck with him. If you understand what I'm saying.
How much is 10 bricks worth back then?
20 a piece. So what's that? About 200.
About 200,000. So he just pulled up with the 200,000. He had it. He just didn't want to give it to him.
Yeah. But you understand what I mean? And that's what made me feel like can't trust him all the way like that.
Yeah. And the quality, the work was good too, like Lulu's.
It was good work. He had no reason not to pay the man. If he paid him, the man give him more.
Exactly.
But see, that alone, to me, that kind of like fucked him up. No Connect want to fuck with him now. Because the line is out there, he don't pay. So you always got to have a nigga like Rich or me or somebody else to be able to get it from the Connect. He could move it, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to give it to him direct because he ain't going to pay me, and it might cost me my life. You understand?
And Alpo could have been his own boss too. If he would have just paid him, he could have just kept working with him,
That's all.
Building that rapport.
Like the situation where he say the reason why he did that to Rich, he said that a Connect that they both met told him they was gonna give them some bricks. Right? And one day he gave him to Rich, a few times he met Rich and he gave him 50 joints apiece, and Rich gave him the joints at a certain number when the Connect gave it to him at a certain number. So if the Connect gave it to him for 18, Rich gave it to him for 20. But Rich only making 2,000 off of each brick. You making 6 because you taking them out of town. You getting them off for 28, 29. You understand? So that's how the game go to me personally speaking. I'm not taking these 20 bricks and giving you 20 and not making a dime off of them, right? It don't go like that. So for him to use that for an excuse to do what he did to Rich, that don't make no sense to me. I can't add that up.
Yeah.
You understand? So either way, he might be mad because the Connect don't want to fuck with him. If I get rid of Rich, maybe the Connect will fuck with me direct. I don't know the reason why he did that because I don't see that to be an excuse.
Yeah. So the connect Ray, he pulled up on you with 3 guys. Do you feel like he would have harmed you?
Not really, because I didn't feel no fear in that. It was just, mad, trying to let it be known I want my money. And it's only right. Pay the nigga, man. The fuck. Especially if a nigga co-signed for it. I ain't gonna do you like that. You understand? And he understood that. And he paid him.
You think they would have killed Poe eventually?
I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't know. But Raymond and Lulu, that they wasn't like that. They wasn't those type of dudes. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. You feel me? I don't know how a man thinks. You feel me? You ain't just gonna drive past me if you owe me $200,000.
Did you have to beg Alpo to pay him back, or was it just like he just
I called
respected
him
you
on the
so
phone.
much?
I called him on the phone, and he paid the man. Paid the man. Another time, something like that happened again in the Bronx. These cats, Alpo owed him some money, and I think they snatched up, one of my peoples, and they was about to do him. He called me up, yo, man, these niggas snatched me up, yo. They said homeboy owe him some money, man. I said, how much? They wasn't even that much, like $60,000 or $70,000 the most. All right, man, where they at? I'm gonna come bring you the money right now. I came, gave him the money, they let him go. But I called Paul, like, yo, you owe some niggas in the Bronx. Oh, yeah. That shit was garbage, man. I ain't paying them niggas. I said, yo, dog, I paid them, man. I need my money, bro. And he came and gave me my money. You understand? So, yeah. But that's when I was telling Rich, like, in many ways, man, you gotta fall back from dude, man. That dude ain't right, man.
Yeah. And I mean, so he didn't like paying people their money. He always made excuses.
It seems that way. It seems that way, but I didn't understand why you would give work for me, but you paid me all the time, and you would listen to, everything I tell him.
So you pull up, you give the guy $60,000, and they let the dude go.
Yes, sir. Yep.
G shit, man.
Somebody came downstairs. I gave him the money. He went back. He came back downstairs, got in the car, showed me a bullet. They said, yo, man, this was mine, man, if you ain't come with that money, man. I said, all right. True story.
So when you told Alpo that, hey, I just paid your $60,000 debt, I need my money. No problem. He paid you.
Came back. He came to the block within 2 hours and handed me my money. Nah, that shit was garbage, man. I was gonna pay them niggas. You shouldn't have gave them shit, man. I said, they gonna kill Stan, man. A word. True story. Fact.
Damn. Was it any other times where he owed people money, or those were the only times you remember?
To my knowledge, that's about it. I remember another time where Rich, I think it was a drought. Nobody had no coke. I'm out the game then. Rich and him balling hard. And I think Rich gave him like about $200 or $300 to go buy from someone that he said he knew had it. Some Spanish guys or whatever. And they supposed to left him in the living room, and they went out the window with the money. And he came back and told Rich that, yo, nigga stole that bread. I don't know if it happened, but this is what he told Rich. And this was around the time when the kidnapping happened with his little brother. True story.
And so Poe jumped out the window ran out the window.
No, he went to buy something from these Dominicans. They came and showed him one key. It was good. Okay, let's count the money. They said, okay, we're going to go in the room. We're going to bring out the rest. They go in the room and never come back out. They went out the window on him. And you got to come back and tell Rich this, yo, they stole that bread. Rich didn't believe it, but, Rich was going through a lot of shit around that time. The police had pulled him over, and he had like $80,000 in the car. They took the car because the car wasn't in his name. They took the car and the money and told him, whoever money this is, They could come get it, but they got to prove where they got it from. Back then, you got to understand, we was around the Dirty 30 precinct. These cops was crooked. If you look up the Dirty 30, these dudes was worse than stick-up kids. They was going around robbing niggas. And if they know you got money, they on you. You understand? So all that was against us just as well.
It's just amazing how a guy like that never did anything to you, man. It's like you're protected or something.
I felt that way. I really felt it was a divine protection over me, especially when I got shot in the head at point blank range. You feel me? Twice. You know, the guy put the steel on my forehead and pulled the trigger. I felt I was dead. My spirit leaves my body, and when I come back, they shot me 9 times, bro. And for me to get up and walk from that, to be able to talk this interview to you and be able to write Paid in Full, a movie, a hood classic, that's God, man. That can't be nothing else but God. That's how I see it. You understand? That's the only reason why I'm breathing.
You and Alpo never had any disagreements at all, never got physical, no cursing, no verbal altercations, nothing?
Never. The day that happened to Rich, we was playing ball that night, and we finished playing ball, and we came back to the block. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Like I tell people, Rich didn't hang out. Rich used to be in at 9 o'clock. So that night he pull up, he got a guy with him. I don't know the guy. The guy's from DC, which I think they know. They say his name is Big Head Gary now or whatever.
Yeah.
He had him with him, and they got out the car. And he was like, yo, what's up, hey? You seen Rich? I said, man, you know Rich don't be out this late, man. He's like, word, word, word. And he had scratches on his face. Deep scratches. I said, what happened to your face? Oh, my girl out of DC, we had a little fight. I'm like, word. So a guy ride past in a car. He said, oh, shit, that's that nigga Travis. He jumped in his car, be back. Him and the guy jumped back in the car, and he went chasing the dude, Travis. So it was late. Everybody leaving. This girl pull up. What's up? Where you going? I said, what you doing? I said, you ride with me, man. And then we got in the car and we left. My other man, Sherman, he went his way, I went my way. But Sherman, he knew I had to go to the crib and pick up something, you know. He pulled up in front of the crib on Lennox, and he seen me. He was like, yo, come here. But Alpo pulled up on the other side of the street. He was like, hey, come here for a minute. But Sherman was like, yo, hold on, Po. Let me say something to him. And he was like, yo, don't go over there, man. I seen that nigga laying in the cut. Something ain't right with that nigga. So I didn't go over there immediately. I said, I'll be right back down. I went upstairs, and I came back down. But I got the gun on me now just in case. I don't know what's going on. But I came back downstairs. He wasn't there. You feel me? So then I go, me and the girl, we ride. She's like, take me to get something to eat before I go in. I think she went to a White Castle or something like that. And that's when my beeper went off. It was my mom's telling me that they found Rich's brother. I'm thinking it was Donnell at the time because the little boy is kidnapped. But it was Rich that they found. And my mind said, oh, shit, that nigga killed Rich. You know what I mean? I felt it. Like Rich might have scratched his face and they was fighting. You know how you see the spirit right there for a second and it's like, oh. And I always thought that. And that night, he must have been coming to murder me because he know how I think. This nigga seen them scratches. I gotta get rid of this nigga. You understand? That's how I felt. So he wound up getting locked up later on, whatever. But then when he came home, I headed he back home and I wanted to talk to him. So we agreed to meet at a restaurant and we talked. My whole thing was to ask him, that night you did that to Rich, man, being honest, man, tell me the truth. Was you coming to kill me, bro? Nah, hey, man, you my man. You put me on, man. That answer wasn't sincere to me, man. You know how you could see it? Damn, this nigga, you know what I mean? For real. And it was, I ain't say nothing. We talked. He told me the reason why, blah, blah, blah. Trying to explain to me, like, he ain't have to do it like that. He did it twice to me. That was $400,000. You think I'm a sucker? I said, you still didn't have to kill him. I said, he would have gave you more work. He'd have gave you 50 more bricks again. Just take the work. Why take his life? Nah, man, I was mad. So that was his excuse for that. Then later on, maybe a year after that, this girl get in contact with me and say this lawyer had a situation for us to do 60 minutes or some shit like that for $500,000. And we agreed to do it, but I was looking over the contracts, and that Sunday, the following day I was going to sign the contracts. I think that Sunday, which was Halloween, he got murdered. I was going to sign the contracts the next day. Facts. That was mind blowing within itself. You know what I mean?
God telling you to stay away from him.
But something happened.
He didn't want you to deal with him.
Something happened to me when I was 9 years old on Halloween. I ain't gonna get into that.
No. Go ahead, man. That's one of my favorite.
The reason why I can't right now, because I got a situation. We're working on a film right now, a spiritual film, and mob style, paid in full redemption, and all that's up in there and on contract. I gotta keep that hush because that's very, very powerful for what we're trying to do. But you can definitely promote the new film coming soon. Got a book coming out, another book. Divine Conversation is all in the book. Spiritual side of this, real strong book. And I'm working on another album with my man Corleone called My Point of View. That's another strong piece. Those three things that I'm working on. And after that, I think I'm done with the industry, because the industry, that shit ain't in the industry no more. That shit is other shit. Mm-hmm. You feel me? I learned that with paid in full. Even dealing with that, I ain't really want no parts of these folks. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like for the last 30, 40 years, no disrespect, it just seemed like a whole bunch of artificial orchestrated influence, and it's creating a whole new child out here that's not real, man. If that makes sense to you, man.
Did Alpo ever tell you that he was planning to kill people, or things that he did, or deep dark secrets?
Nah, but after you hear his interviews, like what he did out in DC and with Wayne Perry and these guys, I'm like, wow, man. This nigga was a serial killer, man. You know what I mean? It just seemed like, how did it go from getting money and having fun, flossing, having fun parties, to murder? For what, man? For what? Who give you the authority to take somebody's life, man? I would never understand that, man. You feel me? I would never take a person's life for money or drugs. It don't make sense to me. Even if you rob somebody, take all their shit, and then you go flossing like it's your shit, taking care of your family from their shit, your kids looking good from their shit. I can't respect that, man. I can't respect it. You ain't earned it, man. If you didn't help me earn it, how could you help me spend it, man? You understand? I never could understand that, man. I don't respect niggas. I don't respect a lot of niggas come up because I know how they get down. If you understand what I'm saying. Even in the industry, you see niggas, you see that shit, man.
Yeah.
Stealing this nigga. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Kids looking all happy and joyful. When this nigga kids preserve that, man. But he in the graveyard. It's like, y'all, we take all the bullets and shit. Y'all snatch the purse, man. It shouldn't go like that, man.
Alpo, he was really vocal about wanting to kill Mike Tyson too. I guess Dementio and Mike Tyson were cool.
According to my knowledge, I hear that now, but I didn't know that then. A lot of things I hear now, I didn't know that.
Did you personally know Mike Tyson back then?
I never met him. Like I met him, but I didn't know him. I met him through a Spanish guy named Jesus. Him and Jesus was tight, and they used to come on the block sometime and gamble, shoot dice.
Wow.
Tyson I think he had the Lamborghini truck. Yeah. I met him.
And okay, because I think, so one day I guess he seen Dementio. Well, he thought it was him, and And basically, he was saying if Mike Tyson was in that car too, he would have got rid of both of them.
I don't know, man. I'm not going to speak on that. If that's what he said. That's what he said. But the Demencio situation, I heard about it. And
Over a woman, I think.
Yeah, supposed to have been Alpo girl. Demencio supposed to have said something about her. And he felt it was disrespect. And he had that done to homie. But I know one time, twice, the Spanish guy Jesus, we playing ball because he from Brooklyn and he knew all the Brooklyn cats, Demencio and all that. We playing ball. This is after that happened to Demencio. We playing ball late night and these Brooklyn dudes just came to the park in Harlem, like surrounded the park and shit. And then Jesus was like, hold up, man. What's this about? And he went over and spoke to the niggas and they like, yo, man, your man, that nigga Poe killed our man, and that's his man. See, we coming to do what we got to do. And Jesus like, nah, man. Nah, y'all can't do that. And they left. You understand? So kind of Jesus saved my life in that moment. And there was another time when we was doing the music, the mob style shit. We was on stage. I think it was this cat party. I think his name was Coley from Queens. We was on stage performing, and another cat came and hollered at me like, yo, hey, pulled me backstage and like, yo, niggas out front. And your car parked out front. Give me the keys to your car. Take my car. I'm going to pull it around the back. Y'all get the fuck up out of here. Because that was over the Demencio situation too. You understand? So by him not even telling us, we don't even know. But just by being affiliated, you hear the name Azie, Alpo, Rich. You know what I mean? Shit you doing could come back at me, and I don't have a clue of what's going on.
Yeah. So it seems like Alpo liked to mess with people's women, but he didn't like when people messed with his women.
I guess, I guess, man. I don't know what that was about. According to what I'm hearing, like Demencio used to fuck with her in Brooklyn, and he saw like, bitch, you know what I mean? That nigga Paul, was it, you know what I mean? Like your girl used to fuck with, bitch, come on, man. I had that, and Poe took that as disrespect. Or she maybe, how women are, she might have said that to make Poe, feel a way to do that, the homie, do something to him. You know how women are when you used to mess with a nigga, they, they always try to do something to get back at you.
Mm.
They might use a nigga to do that.
Deep down inside, I want to ask you this too. Do you feel like Alpo's still alive? Through all the conspiracies and
let me. I know for sure he's dead. And I'll show your partner off stream after the interview the evidence. But I can't show the world yet. Powerful. Would I have a nigga offer me $300 for it already? No, I can't do that. $300 cash. Because he know what that would do to the internet. Facts. But I'll give her a sneak preview of, make sure she ain't got on no Google glasses or, anything that can steal it.
Yeah.
Facts, bro.
So, for sure?
Yes.
Okay. Because, I always hear have you heard, like, the conspiracies or, like, the uncertainty and things like that?
It's a lot of things that I know now that's going to be in this film, and the world going to be like, wow, get the fuck out of here. Oh, shit. It's unbelievable, bro. Everybody ain't who they thought they was, man. We'll put it like this. There's a lot of cats still to this day. They got badges, man. They playing, the movie Deep Cover. You ever saw that movie?
Yeah.
Starring Lawrence Fishburne. There's a lot of Lawrence Fishburnes out here, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, man. And I call them type of dudes hamsters trying to call other people rats. How the fuck a rat gonna be called a rat by a hamster? You in the house with them folks. Mm-hmm. You they pet. Their kids can play with you. but you the same breed. A rat is nothing but a hat. You know, you understand what I mean, fam?
Yeah.
They hired to do what they do, bro. Pretend like they in the game, knowing everybody's been there. So when it's time to take them down, then they label you a rat. Nigga's a rat. But you the fucking one. So nigga gotta pull his antennas out and look past the mask, man. Fuck, this nigga know so much, man. Huh?
I was gonna ask you that too. Just by watching interviews and things like that, this YouTube shit, it's like people love to call you AZ. They love to call you a rat on the situation that I want to talk about. The first situation of you getting shot. I know you said you didn't want to talk about it no more, but it seems like after that, people like to say because you took the stand and testified about who killed multiple people in that robbery, that you're a rat.
Listen, I'm gonna say it again, like I always say. I don't give a fuck who you are or how you feel. You already know what you could do if you feel like that about me behind that situation. There was nothing else that I could do in that moment. They rolled me in the hospital, 2 bullets in my head, 1 in my neck, telling me, you know you're about to die. Everybody in the apartment is dead. 5 people. They killed everyone. You the only one could let us know who did this. Who did this to you? Kevin, who? My sister's boyfriend. That's all I said. They found him. He admitted that he was there. And he told him, he said he was there, but he didn't do no shooting. So who did the shooting? He told on the other 2 cats. You understand? And that's how that went. Bottom line. He tried to take back his plea. Now they coming at me. You have to take the stand. I asked my lawyer what to do. He said, if I was you, I would do it. Because if you don't do it, so many people died in that house, they coming for you. Fuck that. I did what I had to do. Like
Shit,
it or
if
not.
somebody break in my house
Like it or not, man.
and do that, I'm doing the same thing.
It's automatic. That's like a no-win. But you know, jealous behavior, sucker shit. Nigga want your space, your spot. They gonna use that all day to try to, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, these niggas was creeps to do some shit like that. So therefore, oh, you with that. You that type of nigga, huh? You would do some shit like that, huh? So you's a sucker. So I don't have no respect for you, point blank, period. When I see you taking that type of stand. Nobody should have no respect for you. Because God knows I didn't deserve that, and none of those people deserve that. Huh?
Another thing I want to clear up too, and this is because I keep seeing this, so just tell me if it's false or not. I guess people did, the girl that begged to come with you that day, I guess if she was a certain age or something like that. I don't know. It's online. It's in YouTube comments. Do you want to talk about that too?
The girl.
I guess the girl was 13 years old or some shit. That
Okay.
I don't know.
I did not know her age at the time. You saw this girl? She don't look like she's 13. I'm 21 at the time. I'm talking to her, but we never, you know. But this night, for some reason, she like, yo, I want to go hang out. Listen, I ain't got to be home until the morning. I'm like, word? And it was going to happen that night. Facts. But look what happened. Look what happened. And when the paper come out, 13-year-old girl shot in the mouth. I'm like, oh, shit, shorty, 13?
Wow.
Get the fuck out of here, man. True story, bro. You know what I mean? So that's how that went.
And she survived?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. God bless.
And did you see her after that? Not see her.
After that, because I was in the hospital. She was out the hospital before me. I think I had someone, I believe, yeah. buy her a fur coat or whatever. Be like, I'm sorry for that situation, but wow, you know what I mean? And we never saw each other after that anymore, bro. I think she left. I think she moved somewhere out the state because I think she was traumatized behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely wanted to clear the air because you know how people are on the internet. Try to make it sound like you were a creep, and so definitely had to touch that.
Like I said, man, it's always gonna be that jealous behavior, not knowing what any little thing that they can run with, try to destroy your character, they're gonna run with it. I laugh at that shit and pray for them. Being honest.
And then another thing with the Kevin Child situation.
Yes.
With that whole snitching allegation on that, is there anything you already addressed this before, but is there anything you want to say about that too?
We still waiting for the paperwork. This man knows for a fact that never happened. Like I said, I think I said it on Vlad. If it did happen, fuck him, fuck the paperwork. Whatever government FBI agent that they say I was working for, let him come on your show, Vlad's show, and say that to the world. I never in my life had federal contact, right? I never had no type of business discussions with this man about anything about selling drugs. Like I said, we was in each other's presence one time. We played a game of basketball. One game. That's it. I don't know you, bro. I don't know you. I don't know if you're selling pussy, prostitutes. I don't know what you're doing. Being honest, it's not my business. I'm good. I'm a boss. If the feds coming to me, they want to know where I'm getting my work from. I don't know you, man. Huh? So how could I be working with the feds to lock you up in any form or fashion? If they came and asked me, what I had to give them? Nothing. So for you to say that, the question becomes, like I said before, who sent you? Look past that, because that didn't happen. So the question is, why are you saying that? And for what? But we gonna leave that alone, man, because I ain't hear nothing else from it, but I ain't see no paperwork with evidence. And I ain't see nobody come forward saying, yeah, you worked for us. Nowhere, no how. It's the only situation, if you feel that was a snitch by me saying, yeah, Kevin Clark shot me, if you feel that's, and I feel not, you know what I already told you you could do for me, anybody that feel that way. But that, don't do me like that, bro. Don't try to put that on my jacket, my nigga. I don't know you. And the question is, why? Why? When you know who really was the ones that put you in prison. You fell for the okie doke by working with this dude, Bernard Thomas, Bishop Bowinkle, the song Held to the No Knot. You understand? So by them locking you up and your whole crew up, by you allowing him in, that's your fault. Because you should have had your antennas out to say, nah, it's the police, and get up out of there. You allowed him in. And that brought down your whole organization. Don't try to put that on nobody else. That's your fault, bro. It's just as well if he'd have came, if I didn't dodge that bullet and they locked me up and my whole crew, that's my fault. And that's that. That's how I see that, bro.
What's the craziest story that's not in the paid in full story that's broadcasted? What's like the craziest thing that happened that's not even in the movie or was talked about?
I don't know, man. To me, the craziest thing of all of this is, to me personally speaking, how could your own uncle, your sister's brother, do that to his little nephew? To me, that's the most ugliest shit in the world. But I believe that's when God intervened and said, you know what? Enough is enough. Because right after that little boy's funeral on God, a rainbow came over the block where we used to be at. Big rainbow. That's when I knew, like, oh, this shit is over. As I'm getting the chill bumps right now as I speak on it. True story, bro. And to me, that's super nasty, man. That's crazy, bro.
So you get out the game cold turkey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And do you stash away a lot of money? Do you have a lot of money
I'm
just kick back?
I'm all right, but the bills are still, your bills is $3,000-4,000 a month, cribs and shit. But the spirit of God took over me, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I promised God I ain't gonna do it no more. Protect me, blah, blah, blah. But one day, I ain't gonna lie, I saw Mercedes Benz, a brand new Benz. I said, damn, that shit's crazy. I need that. And I dived back in and I got the Benz. Brand new 300E, Mercedes. Black on black. I parked it in the garage and I was gonna take it to the rim spot and put some rims on it the next day. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna drive it home. I lived in Long Island. I'm gonna drive it home. Then I'm gonna go to the rim spot in the morning. I'm on the highway. I'm driving home like 11 at night. Highway clean, no trucks even belong on this highway. It started raining, pouring down rain out of nowhere and shit. The wipers going, the wipers not even helping me. Big truck coming behind me and shit. I'm like, oh shit. But I'm hearing a voice in my head. You told me no more. I turn up the music to try to get the voice in my head. I'm still trying, this fucking truck coming. You told me no more. Truck hit the back of the car spun out, hit the wall, airbag hit me in the face. Brand new Benz, man. Not 20 miles on that shit, man. I get out the car, look at the car, that shit smashed up. A lady pull up, stop raining, a lady pull up in a little car, you okay? I'm like, yeah, Mom, I live like 2 exits. Can you just drive me? She's like, all right. I think I fell out in the car. But she pulls right up in front of my house. I'm like, how the fuck she know I live well there? I ain't telling my address. I'm like, thank you. I got out the car. She left. I go upstairs, my crib. I fall out on the couch. I wake up the next day, maybe like 10, 11. I'm like, damn, I had a crazy ass dream that I crashed my joint, man. I go downstairs, it's not there. I call on the highway, yeah, Black Benz is over here. I go over there, look at the dream. I'm like, wow, that shit really happened. That's when I started hearing God talk to me. No more. That was God, bro. That was an angel, bro. Took me home, bro. Nobody can tell me that's not true. And all that's gonna be, I gave you something, but I wasn't even supposed to give you that in the spiritual film we working on. Very powerful.
Wow, exclusive. That was an exclusive right there. This isn't no interview.
You really need to take that out, man. But I'm gonna let you have that. True story though, fam. And there's a lot of shit like that was happening throughout my life. We're gonna share that.
So what do you go from making 30, 40,000 a day to, I don't want to say nothing, but nothing like that. So how do you keep the lifestyle? Do you go get a job? What do you do after that?
I write the movie. I start rapping mob style. True story. But I didn't really make no money off of mob style at all, being honest. I still, I'm still in the red with that shit. But, little things, little shows, interviews, it kept a nigga afloat. Then years later, I meet a white boy, my man Josh, no disrespect to him, love Josh. I'm not trying to snitch on him, Josh, because he quit. He left it alone. But this nigga used to grow weed. You know what I mean? Grow. I'm talking about Purple Haze. And he would give me that shit for like $1,500. That shit going for $5,000, $3,000. So I found the lane in that world for a minute. Some good money. Damn, they're making $50,000 a month in that world. But I'm not on Broadway loud with it. I'm keeping it low. And I stayed afloat like that until he fell back and he moved to the Hamptons and just shut the shit down. True story. Wrote a book. You feel me? Got some paper for that. You know what I mean? and just stayed afloat like that, bro. Yes.
The drug game is over.
For me.
Period. I've heard you say this plenty of times that it's
not. I say it's over because this is how I see it. At one time, it was one person controlling New York. Then it became people controlling boroughs. Then it became people controlling blocks. See how it's getting smaller and smaller? Then it became buildings, right? Then it became cell phones. You get what I'm saying? It's nothing now. It's more hustlers than customers. It's over. You get it?
And like you say, man, it's basically a trap too.
It's definitely
all this is a trap.
Definitely a trap. You don't know it, but wow. Because when I got shot, them dudes told me, hey, think about my operation when I was in the hospital. We know you got the house here. We know your man Rich got the coke here. You sell this. Fuck. I'm like, how the fuck they knew that? But that alone let me know someone was in our camp was telling them everything, play by play. But that's another story. You learn that in the film. Powerful, bro. I think I sent you the trailer.
Yeah, looks amazing.
You can play that at the end of the video if you want to. It's up to you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It looks amazing.
We work. We got a deal on the table and it's looking really, 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 really positive, man. Got a West Coast crew and an East Coast crew working on it, man. Shout out to my partner. She knows who she is. We're trying to make it happen.
Yeah. Did Alpo ever try to take you to DC? Did he ever try to persuade you to leave New York?
At that time, I'm gone. Him and Rich, he was trying to persuade Rich to come to DC. I'm out the show. I don't, you know what I mean? But Rich always said, nah, I'm good here. You do what you do out there. True story.
So you never met, have you ever seen Wayne Perry?
I never met him a day in my life. Never.
Yeah, that's a good thing, man.
Definitely. No disrespect to him, but, I felt God saved me in the nick of time.
Yeah.
I swear. It wouldn't be no paid in full. It would be, you know what I mean? The story might have just died with the death of Donnell. Nobody would ever do it. This story had to be told, man. And this next piece, Paid in Full is a good movie, don't get me wrong. But compared to what this is, nah.
So this new movie is going to be bigger than Paid in Full, you think?
For sure. Without a doubt.
What's the goal? Like, are you going to put it on Netflix, theaters?
According to what's happening right now, it's going to be a movie. And right after that, it's going to be a series. With maybe like 13 to 14 episodes. Where we could go in deeper and deeper and deeper so you can really know each character, the reason why he did what he done, to do what he did, to do what he done. You understand what I'm saying? And close it out without any questions asked.
You ever try to get with 50 Cent?
No.
Why is that?
There's really no reason, no disrespect to him, but I'm here. But yeah. I just felt, I don't know. I don't even want to say there's no reason. I never tried to get at him or whatever.
Yeah. I only asked that because he has a lot of the shows on lock right now.
Yeah, I see that, man. I see that and I understand
and
that.
A lot of people want to hear this new story. A lot of people want to see this new story. Like,
yeah, definitely. I just, once I finished, some opportunities came with some good people that I know that it could work. But I'm not closing that avenue if there's a possibility that it might have to come through that way. Who knows? But I never hollered at him yet under no. You feel me? Answering
Yeah.
that question.
A month ago, the man who allegedly, well, who was accused of killing Alpo, um, it was acquitted. Um, it didn't really get, it didn't really hit the mainstream news like I thought it would. But when you seen that news, what was your first thoughts on that?
I don't know because I don't know if he did or if he didn't. I don't know. Because the reason why I say that, when a person get killed anywhere nowadays, right? They have the camera, right? They show you the footage immediately the next day. They never showed the footage of that man situation. So that's always keep me like, who really did it? You understand? So I don't know. So I don't look into that like that. I'm not, not knocking if he did, if he didn't. But I just don't know until I see it with my own eyes. Because they usually have a camera. This camera leads to this one, that one leads to that. He went in this building, they go make an arrest. You understand? I don't see that with this situation. So the question becomes, who did kill him? To me, if it makes sense.
Yep, I hear you.
Yes.
You know, one thing I hear about you a lot, man, is you were a guy that just wanted to get money, and you were about peace.
Yes, sir.
Anything else was in the way, and it just took away from the end goal, and that's getting money, getting out the way.
Yes, sir. My thing was this: if the game start telling me what to do, yo, you gotta kill this nigga, that nigga, that nigga, that nigga. I don't want to play no more. Y'all can have it. Keep it. I ain't come here for that. And that's my philosophy. Man. I tell the game what to do. The game don't tell me what to do. If it start telling me what to do, you gotta kill us. Oh, you gotta do this. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all can have that shit. I'm done. That's simple. I don't want that on my consciousness, man. I listen to God, dude. Keep God first and everything fall in place. That's my philosophy.
Straight up. Rayful Edmond was just released after 35 years in prison. Top drug kingpin in DC.
Yes.
He was making $1 million a day. Have you ever met him, or did y'all have any connections or anything?
I never had no connections with him. I think I met him one time. Alpo we all went down to this super fest that they had down there in the 80s. And, all the dudes from DC, because Poe was fucking with them like that. And we all went down there, and it was at a concert. And it was all at the concert. We met, and that was it. That was it. I don't know nothing about his operation. We just met, what up, peace. And that was it. I didn't even stay there that long, man. I wanted to get up out of there, being honest.
Yeah. You know, when I hear people talk about him, it reminds me a lot of you. They say y'all are both super smart. Y'all both didn't like murder. Although y'all both had killers on y'all in y'all circle, y'all didn't promote that.
Definitely.
They say a lot of the same thing about him too.
Yes, I heard those type of things too. I don't know him, man. Maybe one day we'll meet, we'll chop it up, but I don't know him. You feel me? And I did see on the internet that he did come home.
Yeah.
And respect that he's home.
Isn't it crazy that like you didn't do any crazy jail time and you're alive? A lot of people can't say that.
Azie died in 87.
Mm.
You feel me? So I did die. I got shot before any of them niggas got shot. I got shot first. And I just came into a new mindset. And I didn't do time, I feel, because of that mindset I became in. I was in the world, but I wasn't of it no more. If you understand what I'm saying. Now, with that being said, a lot of cats, like you said, man, that nigga ain't never do no time. We all in jail. I think something happened like that. We all in jail. They watching the movie. They reading the book in prison. You know, and they maybe take it on that mindset. That nigga had to be working with them people. That nigga had to snitch. No, it's impossible. But it's not true. God protected me, bro. Look through those eyes, and then you'll see who the fuck I am. For real.
Yeah.
And that's how I see that. Because I ain't telling nobody, bro. If you, like I said before, if you feel like telling the nigga that shot me, hey, that's your business, not mine.
Yeah. Rich's sister, what's y'all relationship like now?
Always gonna be my partner to the end of time. It's my peoples. You feel me? If I got it, she could get it. Likewise with her. If she got it, I can get it. You know what I mean? We ain't together, but we are together. You know, spiritually, until death do us part, man.
Yeah.
And I don't think death could do us part. We seen it all. We you know what I mean? We know.
And she was with you back then when everything was going on.
I met her in '83, and after I got shot, I ain't gonna say after I got shot. After her brother got kidnapped, it's like we didn't separate. We did separate, but I let her do what she, you know what I mean, needed to do in her space because she needed, you know what I mean? She needed that, man. She needed to be the moms. You feel me? And that's how it's been. But if I got it, it's a phone call away. If she got it, it's a phone, you know what I mean? Still to this very day. It's like we became more closer, friendly without the bullshit. Who you with right now than then, if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh nah, but I appreciate this interview, man. You gave a lot of insightful information that's not in other interviews. You don't do a lot of interviews. People are addicted to your interviews, man. I mean, it seems like everything you put out has 1 million views, all over YouTube, man. And you know, people are gonna love this, man. And hopefully we could do one in the future when the movie comes out.
Definitely, bro. Definitely, brother. And I hope that people would take what I'm saying and give it some thought instead of just keep judging it from the game point of view. Come back to common sense, man. Common sense, man. Fuck the game. Fuck being a gangster. I mean, the fuck are we killing each other over money and drugs for? Young man, you don't have to do that. Now they killing niggas over lyrics, man. Stop, man. Stop, man. Stop. Don't make no sense, man.
You think Harlem's changed over the years?
Definitely.
In a good way or bad way?
It's like one side is coming up and another side is getting worse. The rich is coming in and the poor is getting worse. Killing each other for senseless, stupid shit. And that's how I see it.